Hey Fudge. Sorry about the loss. It was pretty close from what we saw, but my question's kind of away from the game today. So you've been one of the fastest rising players in the world ever since you joined C9, and you've become one of the best players in North America. If and you're playing against some of the best now in at Worlds. If you could choose two players from anywhere in the world to help lead the future of League of Legends esports, who would they be and why?
Well, I think it's already sort of happening, but I think Chovy is sort of leading the way in terms of new ways to play the game. I think people are sort of starting to realize that he sort of just goes up CS every single game he plays, and he just has many lane advantages, gold advantage throughout mid game, and I think it sort of shows how important CS, gold, XP, stuff like this is to the game. Whereas I feel like a lot of pro players sort of forget about it and they sort of focus mainly on like macro concepts and stuff like this. Whereas although they are very important, I think people sort of overlook how important laning, CSing well, stuff like this is. And for the second player, I don't really have one honestly that I thought about, but I'd mainly think that Chovy is sort of leading the way in terms of and sort of how to play the game well.
How was your laning against Naguri today?
It was honestly pretty hard. I think he played very well in the early laning phase in terms of how he spaced against Camille as Kennen, and obviously it was what I expected because I do think he's probably one of the best top laners in the world. So I thought he was very, very good, and I was very. It was very hard to play against him, but I'm happy I played against him.
Hi, Fudge. Starting off with a bit of a downer one. You are 2-0 at the moment in a very tough group, and if you want to stand any real chance of getting through to the quarterfinals, you're going to need to win the next 4 games. There's not really a scenario where you can drop a game as the group is kind of looking. What is the strategy to pick up wins? You know, what are you going to have to do different in these next 4 games to find those wins?
I think there's no real strategy. I think we just have to play better. And if we don't play better, then we'll lose the games, honestly. So there's no real other way to put it other than we have to play better or we will lose every game.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Fudge. First of all, commiserations on a bit of a tough one. But I've just got to ask, you know, to the sort of lay viewer, it looks like this sort of base race perhaps wasn't the best ideas on a surface level. But could you kind of talk through sort of what the sort of comms are like leading into those moments, and sort of what you saw that perhaps we didn't? In terms of comms, I'm not sure about what you guys saw what I saw that we didn't. You guys didn't, sorry. But the comms were mainly Luca Perks saying that he thinks he can look to end if we can hold. And I think it was simply just a misjudgment where we cannot hold without him. And they were able to just dive us and take our towers in front of our faces if we don't fight them. So I think it was mainly just a misjudgment. And I think it wasn't really a very... I think that it was mainly just misjudgment, honestly. I wouldn't say it was like a big comms thing. Thank you, man.
Hi, Fudge. Commiserations on the loss of it. It was a very close game. My question to you is, C9 were the team that went to MSI, and which also took place in Iceland, incidentally. So yourself, that was a big moment for you to go to MSI. And now you're back at Worlds in the international stage. I'd just like to ask you, what lessons did you take from MSI? And are they helping you now at Worlds?
Main things from MSI was a sort of realization that you can play a lot better in lane than what I thought I could. I thought that lane was simpler than it was, and other top laners sort of showed me, or other players in general have showed me what's possible. Although I had played internationally before, I hadn't played against such good teams. So I thought it was a very good experience for me, obviously. And going into summer, I thought I played a lot better than spring. And I think it was mainly because of the MSI experience. So it was mainly just a realization that I can do a lot more in lane and trying to look for ways that I can play lane a lot better. And that's sort of what I improved on going into summer and now at Worlds.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time, Fudge. This concludes the scrum, and we'll see you guys here later or tomorrow.
Thank you.